I'm a nurse and I'm so proud of that. But my life is so much bigger than my nursing job. Welcome back, page 19. Let's get it. Let's go. Realizing that my life was so much bigger than being a nurse literally changed everything. It changed how I showed up. It changed how I thought of myself, what I wanted to see when I looked in the mirror. And granted, for a long time, my career of being a nurse was kind of like my identity. It was truly my way out of poverty. I've been a nurse for almost 10 years. It's 2026, so I became a nurse June 8th, 2016. I was in school for 5 years, right? So the first 3 years was prereqs. The last two was, of course, nursing school. The problem was I don't want to say problem. It's not a problem. What happened was I joined college to become, first it was an OBGYN. And then I was like, nah. Then a PA, physician's assistant. And I was like, no. And then, unfortunately, when my father passed away, 1 month into me being in college, I realized I wanted to be a nurse. But it took me some time. He passed away September 13th, and it took me time all the way up until like April of the next year. So imagine I've done my whole freshman year of college. There's nothing I can there's nothing I can't switch out at this moment. So I can't switch out this particular class that was for this track for now this nursing track class. Like I can't switch that out. So it really kind of forced me to take an extra semester, if you will. Technically it would have been 4.5 years, but I did 5 years because one semester I just took random classes because I didn't have a place to live. So, and I know that sounds weird, like, oh, you getting in debt, you taking classes that you didn't need for your degree. Well, it's because I didn't have a place to go home to. Like when I left for college, I was living in my mom's random lady that she met, probably only had known her for a couple months at the time. And she was so gracious enough to let me live with her from the time we got evicted from our apartment when I was in high school, when I graduated from high school, to the time I moved to college. She let me live with her, and she had a 2-bedroom apartment, 2 bed, 2 bath, and the the room I was in had, I think, a single mattress, or honestly, I think that was our mattress, because it wasn't like a bed frame, it wasn't box spring, it wasn't any of those things. It was just like a mattress, and I had my stuff. So I didn't have anywhere to go, so I stayed because that's what you kind of do. You know, you got student loans. It's bad that I have amassed so much debt. As I've mentioned before, my student loan debt was, it's 24 grand right now. It probably started off as 30 grand, and I still ain't really moved the needle much. But anyway, it's another story about finances and making sure you get your life together, and that you don't necessarily have to go to school if that's not what you truly want to, because you got other avenues to make money and to support your family and to support your friends if that was, that's what your calling was. But anywho, like for a long time, nursing, because of I used it as an avenue to come out of poverty, to not live in a squalor anymore, to change lives and to make a difference. I became my job. I was helping always. I was showing up. I was doing the best I can. And in a wonderful way, it switched me to becoming a little bit more personable, a little bit more open and communicative, because I was just not that girl. I was just not the person that was just like I'm sitting back, I'm watching, I'm looking, I'm observing, I'm seeing what you do, what you don't do, how you move, how you don't move. Like that was just me. That's still me to this day. But I did a lot of less talking then than I do now. Nursing teaches you to give your time. It teaches you to give your energy. It teaches you to show up in ways that you may not have thought about showing up. It teaches you to give your emotional capacity. And if you're not careful, it can teach you to be vulnerable and make you feel like the only way you matter is by showing up for work and doing those things, right? So like I was a dope nurse. I say was because I'm no longer at the bedside. I'm still a nurse, but I'm no longer at the bedside. So when I was caring for patients at the bedside, like, man, I was a dope nurse. I think one day I'm gonna show y'all. I don't know, should I? Because I found some little notes from when I was an OB nurse, and some notes that patients would write for me, and cards they would give me, like when they had their babies, they would give me their cards with the pictures of the babies, and the family portrait, just all these different things. And they would just say, oh my gosh, like I literally just looked at this the other day. One of the patients said something like, we couldn't have gotten through this without her. Like, and I'm just like, wow, I wish I can recall all of these moments the way that I felt in the moment. I can't, like, I just can't recall some of these moments. And then sometimes I'm like, was it like, because I feel like I've lived so many different lives being in my 30s, and some things I like black out or block out. Like some things I just don't remember, or I may remember bits and pieces of it, but I don't know. But the thing is, like, at some point I realized that my career was a chapter in my book and it wasn't the actual book. So it's not like I stopped caring or I stopped showing up. It's not like I stopped carrying, right? It's not like I became withdrawn or anything from my work, because I just truly loved it. I wanted to do a little bit of a different path, which is why I became a joint education. The moment I started to separate my worth from my work, I started to breathe a little bit better. I started to breathe a little bit easier. Because at the drop of a dime, that my job could say, you know what, boo, we good, we don't need you anymore. And now my self-worth is going to plummet because I had it tied to my job for so long. And that really isn't the thing that we should do. And then I started to create my nonprofit, right? So, and that is because I wanted people who were struggling the way I was struggling to not have to go through some of the things that I was going through. And I can't save the world. I mean, yeah, no. I was gonna say, yeah, I can, but no, I can't save the world. But the nonprofit that we have is to show up and to provide meaningful resources for nursing students in my state. And things like snacks, food, tissue, transportation if need be. Like, can we get them a bus pass because they can't get to and from clinical? Can we get them a stipend so we can pay for their books for the 2 years that they're in nursing school, or at least a year that they're in nursing school? Like, can we do those types of things? And we just became an official nonprofit in June 12, 2025. June 12, 2025. But I've had this idea since 1/1/2024. That lets you know how long I've had the idea. And it had evolved over that year, and some ideas were pulled to something else, and then those ideas stayed there with that nonprofit, with that organization, FRN. But I like the things that I want to do and how I want to show up and provide. I can't do that being at a 9-to-5. Now, I am using that to help me start and to get the ball rolling, but I can't do all the things by myself. So, which is why it's a nonprofit, because I'm like, I need support. I need people to help grow this thing and donate a little $5. That's all we ask for. Donate the $5 so that we can send people to nursing school with some things that are tangible that they can eat, so they don't go hungry. Not everyone gets a meal plan at school. Not everyone can afford that textbook. They might have to share. They might have to, beg, borrow, and steal to get a textbook for school. Like, it just is what it is. Or try to figure out how to get somebody's notes because they can't get a textbook, right? So, like, I just don't want people to have to go through these hardships that are unnecessary. Well, it's necessary for them, right? It was necessary for me to do the things that I had to do when I was in school. But if I can just help one person, 4 people, 6 people, like I will be great. Like our goal for sure is as many as we can. Really, our goal is 5,000 students a year in the state, and we haven't helped any just yet, but I know it's coming. And when it happens, my God, like I think I'm gonna just follow my knees and oh, got a little chill right there. But again, it's nursing is not who I am. Nursing is what I do, and it's not even all that I do. It's a part of my ecosphere. It's not the only thing I am. It's not the only thing, it's not the only thing I do, because I do so many different things. But if you've ever felt, guilty or ashamed, or like, man, I should be really grateful for this career, but I really don't want to do this in this way for the next 30, 40, 50 years of my life, that's okay. Like, you're not being ungrateful. You're being human. You're evolving. You're growing. You're realizing that there's so many other things that are out there for you to help you get to your purpose. And I truly believe that my purpose is through this organization and speaking, empowerment and power into the people who are listening to these videos, like for real. So, look, just kidding. I feel like I was breaking just then. I'm just kidding. It started off funny, but then I just kept going. My tongue kept going. Anyway, so that is it, y'all. Listen, I am super thankful for the people who are putting their faith and their trust in God and realizing that He is the only way. Jesus is the only way to the Father. And by knowing Jesus, you get to know who you are meant to be and your purpose here on planet Earth. And I hope this message has served you well. You are able to really take heed and take inventory into who you truly are and what makes you happy and healthy and whole. And I can't wait to see more of you guys. So thank you. And thank you. Don't forget, that was kind of me like popping you on the hand, like, don't you be hitting that button just yet. Subscribe, comment, like, share with people who you know, who you don't know. Be like, yo, this girl is funny. Yo, this girl is weird. Whatever, I don't care. As long as you get the word out there, I'm fine with that. But definitely subscribe to the channel. I got 9 subscribers right now. Shout out to every last one of y'all. I truly appreciate it. So until the next page, keep growing. Peace.